So throughout my life, one of the things that I can say now and looking back over my life is that I was not the confident woman or person or young lady that other people may have thought that I was. I think some people could see it. Some people could see that just by my choices and some things I may say or do. There may be some people. I think there were a number of people who had that insight to be able to see that I wasn't operating and I wasn't walking in confidence. And there was just so many reasons that when I think back now, I think there were so many different reasons that I felt that way. Like coming up, I grew up on a street where it was a lot of kids on this block. Like it was my best memories to date are growing up on the block that I grew up on. And there was just so many of us. It was girls and boys, and I had brothers, and my friends had brothers, and we just had fun. Like we really had fun. And then my female group, and my friends from my block, and then friends from school, and we would all get together and we would do things. This is so crazy to say, but I never thought I was as pretty as my friends. I definitely did not think I was attractive as my friends. I just felt like all of my friends I always thought they was pretty, thought they was gorgeous. And I did not see myself that way at all. I did not. As a young girl, as a teenager, and honestly, as a woman, like I'm growing into this person who I adore. Like I totally adore me. Right now, I do. I'm in love with me, but I wasn't always in love with me. And there were so many years that I struggled with low self-esteem, lack of confidence, lack of self-worth, and definitely didn't value myself. So that's why it's so important to me now that I use my voice to share with anyone, whether it's a young person, whether it's an adult, regardless of who the person is or what their age is, that you are more than enough. Like you are more than enough. Don't compare yourself to other people. I had to learn to not even, like, it wouldn't even be other people that would say things to me that made me feel bad about myself. It would be me. Like I would just be so hard on myself. And what I would encourage any person to do is show yourself some grace. So people started saying it to me after I lost my mom, and I was struggling so hard. I'm still struggling, but it's not the way that it used to be. Like, and when I say it used to be, she's only been gone for 2 years, but last year this time I was a mess. I was just a mess. And it has its ebbs and flows and peaks and valleys and ups and downs. But I was so hard on myself because I felt like I should be doing better. I should be doing better in the process. And I had a good friend say to me, I had a few people say, so interesting, that I had a few people say, be kind to yourself. Show yourself some grace. And the reason I say that that's so interesting is because right before my mom transitioned, and then after she transitioned, right before she transitioned, God had given me 4 things. And I mean, it was so clear that I actually even made a post about it. I can find the post on Facebook. This is how clear these words came to me. And and God was saying to me, I need you to be still. I need you to be silent. I need you to be patient, and I need you to be kind. And there were 2 other things that stuck out too. Be prayerful and keep praising him, right? But that was something, those things, prayer and praising God, they really was easy. It was easy. The other four, I didn't quite understand as much. To be still, be patient, be silent, be kind. I didn't understand them that much because the be kind part, you couldn't tell me I wasn't kind. You couldn't tell me I wasn't already a kind person. However, what I learned about myself is, okay, I'm not as kind as I think I am. Like, I am a human being, so I will respond to things, especially in my car. Oh my God, driving, I'm a mess. But I do think that I'm kind to people, but I think I knew that there was some situations that I was going to find myself in over these last couple of years where that be kind thing was going to, I would have to pull on that quite a few times. And one of the most important times, and I say times with an S, like plural, different times that I had to pull on that, I had to do it for myself. I had to remember and be mindful to be kind to myself. As much as I am being charged to be kind to other people, I had to remember to be kind to myself as well. Because the things that I would tell myself, or that I was pretty hard on myself about certain things, and I had to learn how to give myself some grace. And remember that each day that I'm still here is an opportunity for me to grow. It's an opportunity for me to learn. It's also an opportunity for me to be better than I was the day before. And the other three things would be still, be silent, and be patient. But I'm like, be still when? Like, I didn't know when to be still. I didn't know when to move. I didn't know when to be quiet. I didn't know when to speak. And I didn't know why these things are being placed in my spirit. But what I'm learning more now, as I have been focusing on those four things of the stillness, the quietness, and be kind and patient, I'm not an expert. I don't have none of the four do I have down pat yet. But what I will say is that I am making an effort. I am making an effort to be mindful of those four things. And there are so many things that are becoming more and more clear to me. It even helps with my confidence, and even doing something like this, having this conversation with myself, record it, and even being willing to share it with other people, and share it with strangers, complete strangers, to either be judged or resonate with it, whatever it is. But I realized that I need to be kinder to myself. Understand that the things that I have been through and the situations that I have found myself in, even though a number of them were by my choice, some things were not, but the majority was my choice, that I could still be used even in those things. Like, there are things that the woman that I have grown into today, all of the things that I experienced as a younger person, as a young mom, having a kid, having a child, having a baby at 18, and 18 you are still you really are still a child yourself. So having a child at 18, and then being somebody's mother at 18, that was a lot. It was a lot, but it still helped shape me into the woman that I am today. But I didn't have the opportunity to nurture some important parts of me. There's some huge parts of me that require the attention of me. Not the attention from other people. Not the attention from a relationship. Not even from my parents. There were things that I needed to stop and pay more attention to myself. Learn me. Have a better understanding of me, so that I can show up for the people in my life in a way that they can benefit, that I can be a benefit to them, and the way that I show up, that it's a benefit to me. I know, and I'm speaking, this is the honest to goodness truth about me. I know I'm guarded. I know I still have some walls up from some things that have happened in my past, and what this part of my journey is about is facing me. So with facing me helps me and could possibly help someone else, then I'm here for it. I'm all here for it. I have to be more authentic. I have to be more transparent with myself and face things. I'm a runner. I was told years ago, I don't know if she remembers telling me this, but I have to share this. One of the most dynamic women I have ever met in my life. I was under the leadership of Pastor Alice Martin from Voice of Praise Ministries, and this was years ago. This was right after I got married. Marriage still ended in a divorce, but right after I got married, I called her and I was just sharing some things with her, and she said to me, because I was ready to walk away, like, that's just what I do. But she said to me, she said, "Sister Stacey, you a runner." She said, "You a runner," and that was the first time anybody has ever said that to me, and it has been said to me since then. But she was the first person to say that to me. "You're a runner," and I'm like, "A runner? I didn't think I was a runner." But in reality, yep, I was a runner. I was a runner. Because I had been in situations where I felt like I stayed too long, I stayed far beyond the time frame that I should have been in those situations, that I made it a point for myself that, oh, this was happening. This is how you want to treat me. This is how you want to talk to me. Okay, see you later, bye. And it didn't matter. It does not matter. It did not matter who the person was or what the situation was. So I felt like that was me protecting myself. But what I'm also finding is that even in, and I know there's gonna be a lot of people agree with me. Yep, block them, let them go, like, or whatever, right? But the reality is, and I'm speaking for myself, in doing that, I've still never faced the situation. I never faced the situation. I never dealt with the emotions behind it. I never dealt with, I don't deal with it. I'm like, okay, I'm good. No problem. No problem. And then I'm just done. And I be proud of myself. I be like patting myself on the back and everything. However, I know that is not really, I'm learning that there are times that, yes, you have to set those are the type of boundaries you have to set, and as long as they are healthy boundaries and you're setting them in a healthy way for yourself. I mean, I even learned a lot I was in the Setting Healthy Boundaries workshop that a beautiful person named Akiva Harris facilitated that, and I learned so much about setting healthy boundaries in that workshop. So I'm always trying to learn and grow. But what I also learned recently is that not only was I setting boundaries, I have been setting barriers too. So I learned that in a class on forgiveness. So and the same, I call her my mentor. She probably don't call me her mentee, but she my mentor in my head. But the same Pastor Alice Martin, she has this Bible study class on Mondays at 7:00. And I'm in this class. It's a virtual class. And I laughed because I thought I was the best forgiver. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't great at forgiving people. Because I felt like, all right, you do something to me. That's how I was raised by my mother. Like, you got to be the bigger person. You got to forgive and you got to let things go. Well, I thought that's what I was doing. Somebody do something to me, then, and it wouldn't just be one thing. It's not just one thing. If I feel like a person or situations are pulling too much on my energy in a way that is a detriment to me, or if I find myself in situations where the worst parts of me are continuously coming up, then I need to remove myself. I need to remove myself. I need to set healthy boundaries. But what I'm finding is there have been times that I set barriers versus boundaries. And when I'm realizing and I learned that from being in this class, but I also understand that the barriers it's interesting because a barrier is not only something that is put up to block objects or things or people from getting in, but the barrier also keeps you from getting out. So, even just hearing that and learning about the barriers versus boundaries, I have to think about how much of myself am I keeping behind a brick barrier because I have not done the work to heal. That doesn't mean I have to let people be in my life who have mistreated me or who are not good for me. They're just not good to be in my personal space. But it's the way I do it that makes the difference. So a part of this whole journey that I'm on right now is to be as healthy and the best version of me as possible, and to not create walls as I'm working to move forward in my life, to not create additional walls up around me that keeps me from getting to where I'm supposed to be. Sometimes I'm the problem. Because again, one of the things that I realize is that I can't blame other people. There is no value in blaming people for anything that has been done to me, anything that I've experienced that may have been a negative thing for me, or not a good thing physically, emotionally, or spiritually. I'm not blaming anyone. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm identifying, checking in, paying attention to, recognizing the things from my past and my present, to make sure that I do the work, that I don't take those same type of things that were negative things in my past and even in my current life and take them into the future or take them into my next step. Because some of those things, if I don't deal with them the right way, there won't be a next step. Or the next step may not be in a direction that I'm destined to go. And I just said this to someone today, like, God is like, why you keep turning a 4-day journey into 40 years, ma'am? And I say that because there are things that I just kept repeating and kept doing, even though it looked different, sounded different, showed up different, packaged differently, but it was still the same. It was still I was still dealing with the same situations and people. It just may have shown up differently. But guess who was still the same? It was also me. I was still the same me. So I realized that, Stacey, you attract where you are, who you are. That's what you attract that. So I had to start looking at me to figure out, why is that? Why is that? And I did an earlier video where I talked about value, where I talked about not valuing myself enough. And when a person does not value themselves, there is a very low chance that other people will value you. Because it has to start with me. It has to start with me. I have to value me. I have to honor me. I have to respect me. I have to realize that I am amazing. I am. I have to start owning that I am awesome. Yep, I am. That I'm dynamic and I'm phenomenal, right? I have to own all of that. And I have to be able to clearly say that and believe it. And that's not bragging, that's not conceit, that's confidence. That's what confidence looks like. And I am very confident in the woman that I am today. Very, very confident in the woman that I am today. Oh my goodness. I can't say that enough times, because I was not always confident in the woman that I was, the teenager that I was, the person that I was. I was not always confident. Was not. I could show up looking like I'm confident, but I was not confident. Not. I was raised to always be presentable when I walked out the door, regardless of what I had, what I didn't have. As a young mom, I remember my wardrobe being extremely limited. Very, very, very limited. Very limited. And so I didn't have a lot of clothes, but I knew how to make that thing look like it was like recycling stuff. Wear this skirt, the same skirt, again with a different blouse. And always my hair is always going to be done. I'm always going to look presentable. But what was going on in the inside was definitely not what was happening on the outside. They were not matching up. They were not matching up, and people can sense that. The wrong kind of people can sense that. And you can also find yourself in situations that you really shouldn't be in, because you're not valuing yourself enough, or you don't feel as confident about yourself as you should. I realized there have been people in my life, and this is the honest to goodness truth. There are people that have been in my life that should have never been able to sit next to me. And I don't mean that in a way where I'm looking down on anyone, but the situations that I found myself in and the people that I found myself dealing with came from my lack of self-esteem, and it came from my lack of confidence. And it's just the truth. It's just the truth, without pointing fingers and talking about anyone in particular. That is just my truth. It really is. I didn't think enough of myself. And so when you don't think enough of yourself, again, how would you expect other people to think highly of you? And there are going to be people who will see the light in you. They'll be attracted to the light in you. And then when they get close up to the light, because you let them in, the light is too bright for them. You have people in your life where your light is just too bright. It's just the truth. I'm not making this up. And because the light is too bright, now when they were a little further away, they were drawn to the light. They didn't even understand what they were drawn to. They were drawn to the light, drawn to the light, drawn to the light. And then I can say, I'm gonna speak for me, then I got caught up in, oh, they really like me. And so I guess I like them too. And they're drawn to the light, so I let them get in close. But when they get up close and they see how bright that light is, if this person is dealing with the same self-esteem issues, lack of confidence, insecurities, they want to dim that light. They want to turn that light down. That light has to be turned down, and in some cases, it needs to be turned off. So I challenge you, and I'm challenging to continue challenging myself Don't let nobody dim your light. I don't care who it is. Don't let nobody turn your light down. Don't let nobody turn your light off. And don't let nobody make you feel like you got to turn off your own light or that you got to turn your own light down. I've even dealt with that. I've even experienced me coming in a room and trying to dial myself down so not to make the people around me feel some kind of way about my presence. That's not happening any longer. I know what my intentions are. I know I have intentions to make other people smile and make people feel good when they are around me. If that's not my motivation, if that's not my goal, then I don't want to be around anyone. There are moments where, no, I don't feel like making anybody else smile. There are moments where I don't feel like making anybody laugh or feel good or having a great experience with me. So what do I do in those moments? I stay by myself. I don't want to be around anyone in those moments. But when I'm out or if I'm socializing or if I'm around my family or if I'm around other people, I always want them to have a great experience when they are around me. My smile is not a smile that's saying, hey, I want you. My smile is not a smile that there's a story behind a smile and it's a fake smile. Nope. My smile is real. If you come across me and I'm smiling, I promise you, the smile is real. The level of confidence now is on 1,000. It is. It is. All right, I'll bring it down a little bit. Maybe not 1,000. Yeah, because I still got some work to do. So I'm saying it's at 850. But I'm proud of the woman that I am. I'm excited about this person. I'm excited about this part of my journey. I even have confidence to share this and put it on out here for people to see, where this is not something that I felt comfortable with doing, but this is something that my child, my grandchildren, their children, like, this is something they'll have of me. This is something my family will have of me. When I'm no longer here, this is something that will live on. There are parts of me that they may never know if I don't talk about it or if I don't put it out here for them to know those parts of me. So I challenge anyone today. Walk in your confidence. Remove any self-talk. Remove any negative self-talk. So every time you talk yourself out of something, that was something else I was experiencing. I would talk myself out of something. I would give reasons why. I gave reasons why I couldn't do this, or why I don't want to do that, or what if I do it this way, or I'm going to wait. I want to observe other people. I had all these reasons to why I would not start this process of documenting and sharing parts of me. But I had to stop. I had to stop with the negative talk. It is literally 11:52 at night. I had a very long day today. I had an extremely long day. And I said, before you go to bed, say something. Say something. And so I'm saying something. And what I'm saying right now is, I realize that I need to not get in my way. I need to remove myself out of my way of moving forward and accomplishing the things that I know that I have been destined to do. There's certain things that I know that I have been called to do in my life, and I think the only thing standing in the way of me doing those things have been me. Dealing with lack of confidence, dealing with issues of self-esteem, dealing with Imposter syndrome. Fear. Dealing with fear. Dealing with worrying about what people will say, how people will judge me if I start being vulnerable and sharing those parts of me. But now I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It does not matter to me. It does not matter to me what other people say. It does not matter to me what other people think. It doesn't. It really does not. As long as I know I'm not doing anything to hurt someone else, because that's never my goal, is to purposely hurt anyone else. As long as I know that what I'm doing for my healing and the things that I need to do, back talking about that, pouring back into my cup and filling my cup and filling my tank so I can get to overflow again, so that I'm pouring out from my overflow and not from the bottom of my tank. As long as I know when I'm doing that, I'm not doing it to hurt somebody else, I'm good. I am good. No longer am I trying to please other people. I'm pleasing God. And pleasing God means that I am doing things for myself. I'm doing things that are going to work for me to do the things that I know that I am called to do. I'm never trying to hurt anyone with my words or with my actions. That's not my choice, and that's not my plan. So if I ever do, I would want the people who care about me and know me to show me some grace. Show me some grace. Let me know if I hurt you. Let me know if I say something to you that it doesn't feel good to you, or that you don't understand why I may have said or done something, so that if we're true, if there's a true connection there, that I can address it and deal with it. But where I am right now, 100% hands down, is I'm on this journey to be a better version of me tomorrow. So today, I already worked to be a better version of me than I was yesterday. So now, God willing, if I get up tomorrow, my goal is to be a better version tomorrow than I was today. So I am going to end with that. And I'm thankful. I'm very, very thankful. I can get some rest. I'm tired.